mixing, fixing for another big game. It's the coach. This is the 2020 season on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see running back Joe Mixon coming off a 100-yard performance a week ago, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Cincinnati for the home opener. Standing by, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you go. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done, but they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Ready? 50, plant. 54, 5. He's time to leave. He's time to run.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Complete. Smith has it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
Now they run with Mixon. And now through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. On first down, Tannehill. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. And now we get a peek at the Titan offense.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the two guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line.
Ready.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run with Henry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
Mike 51, Mike 51. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Ready.
Throwing on second down. Tannehill completes it to Davis. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Break.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense. Watch his flat. Watch his flat.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Tannehill on third down. And that's caught by Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, what a move. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
They're going to look to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a gain of 34.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They run with Deuce McAllister. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd and 2. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
It's run, baby, it's run.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And taking the lead. Now for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This is Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. So he shifts past him. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but it's brought down after a huge return there. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. A first update now from Cleveland, and an early advantage in that one for the Giants. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Okay, just like that. Just like
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Here we go. Set. 30 base.
Eat. Come on, D.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Mixon. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and goal at the 8-yard line. 10-2 stop.
Check. Watch 54.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Off unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
On 2nd and 2, Tannehill.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And that's complete to Lewis. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
On the ready.
36 to Mike. Army. Check 31.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Again, Tannehill. It's caught by Davis. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
I got one.
Snap.
On third down, Mixon. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up block.
Titans coming hard, and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown.
Going the other way.
In for the score as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Tavecchio good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All day, every day, any day.
Hey, high 7.
Check, 59, 59.
Yo, go.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
5.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
what you saw.
Here we go.
6-6. Pull it. Get it ready.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. This is caught. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Jonnu Smith with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then... actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, Jet. Shoot.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Man, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I know he ain't got it.
Mixon. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Ready.
And the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Again, it's Mixon. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mixon. And now running right through it. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Cheetah.
Another run with McAllister. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down now, Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Ready?
Tannehill uncorks one for Davis. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
2nd and 9 now. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. On first down, Mixon.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
He wasn't ready.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
On 2nd down, Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Hey, Zoo.
54.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Let's go.
Now back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. He's been a real difference maker for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Tannehill now to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
We got one.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And they're going with some extra beef up front. They've got to have this one in overtime. It's 3rd and 1. Mixon with it. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Target.
Now.
Banjo.
Again, it's Mixon. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return, and it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
To throw again on second down. Tannehill. It's caught. Humphries. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now Tannehill, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Here's Brett Kern now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Now here's Ross. Unable to corral him. He fights through. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Forced out to his left. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around. So that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams. The fan bases Heck, for us, we came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah,
MEH, man. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.